Hi there, it's Lori, and I'm here with a fun classroom story that I was reminded of when I was chatting on Ina's Weirdos live tonight. I had a student who I got quite the variety of humorous, outright hilarious test answers. Usually the funniest were ones that involved drawings. So picture, I'm grading tests, I come to this one, and it's got a parade. This student, not child, well, I mean, probably a senior or a junior in high school, which is, for those of you across the pond or elsewhere, 16 to 18 years old. Drew a whole parade. I could tell it was parade because it was well drawn with this storm cloud over it, and it was raining, all in the drawing. And next to it, the student had written, "This math problem is raining on my parade." Yep. Yep. I couldn't find the picture of that one, but I decided I'll do a series on funny test answers. So this week, starting today, will be funny test answers that I got actually on tests. Not the ones like that are out on the published in a book of funny tests. No, these are my students and their hilarious answers. Anyway, today I'm going to do shout outs and I'm going to show you some vintage stuff. It's way too much to show all of it, but I'm going to start with my shout out because I went and picked up a whole bunch more of this. And the shout out is because Ladybird loves Khadijah Lisa actually translated it. Said it was Greek and translated it. Oh, my sister's sending me the sale again. She's sending me a sale on those Via socks. I'm telling you, if you're in America, they have the ankle height ones. I really, seriously, well, no, they're a Canadian company. If you're in Canada, you can get them too. I strongly recommend them. My ankle would have benefited from one that was ankle height, just above the ankle, instead of me having to take a compression sock and fold it down because it's the summer and it was miserable and it was pushing the swelling up to my knee. It was a whole thing. My ankle's good. I know you've all been wondering. And my back is 50% as opposed to 25%. I'm getting there. Anyway, so this thread, this is 40 weight thread. And I was going to look up, darn it, let me look it up. My cats are getting fed. Missy only ever pays attention to me when I'm not in this room. If she either wants food or she's letting me know their feeder needs food in it or their water needs water. So she's good at letting me know. It's one of those fountains. Anyway, but it's got like a 2-liter water tank. So let me look this up. I said I was looking up Ladybird loves Khadijah Lisa, her answers. While I'm looking that up, you guys can all admire these lovely stitch markers. Again, she has a lot more than stitch markers. These T1s. I'm using one of the T1s right now on a project. The little T set is so cute. You can choose different clasps. But here, you all admire this while I go find this comment. It's beautiful. And I will link her Etsy store below. Oh, and while I'm looking this up in relation to this, please, 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 if you're at all interested in doing Secret Santa, I know Armchair Chef is doing Secret Santa in the US and maybe Canada, but I think just the US. Ladybird Loves Khadijah is doing, is it Khadijah or Khadijah? Anyway, she's doing International Secret Santa. I'm going to link the information below. She needs more people to participate. I am participating. So if you're international and you are okay with, you don't have to spend a lot on the gift because you may have to spend a fair amount on the shipping. Okay, let me go. Where do I need to go? Do I need to go? Is it here? Oh my goodness, my head is really kicking me in the head. I don't know what that's all about. Where is it? Where are comments? to watch some people. How do I find this? I'm going to have to look on the computer. Hopefully that doesn't jack with the camera. Never mind the man behind the curtain, as the saying goes. All right, we're going to just keep holding these beauties up here. All right. What video was that in? It was in this one. Let me look at that one. Just wait for me to look at comments. Okay. I need to take it off the unresponded because I think here we go. She says, okay. Here we go. I found it. This is not where she translated. This is where she translated. She says that this says lace up butterfly in Greek. Lace up butterfly. I'm pretty sure this back here is still mercerized cotton. I think that's what that is. But I wanted to also show you, still talking about Ladybird and the Secret Santa. Seriously, I would love to have more people sign up. She's trying to get more people. She's also trying to get a couple people who have enough that they would be willing to, I will link the video, willing to maybe send out a second gift with no expectation of a second gift in return. So an extra super secret Santa. Okay, I wanted to show you this. Okay, let me get back in there so I can see that you are seeing it. Now it's minute, so I have to make sure I get really close. Okay. This one, that's 50 weight thread. There's only one hank of it. This is 40 weight thread. There is an actual difference. Can you see it? So the looser one there, hold on. A loose thread like me. I'm a loose hooker. So the thicker one, that's a 40 weight. That's a 50 weight. Oh, and I happen to, right here, I did not drop this, and they won't groan as much when I bend down, but okay. I will grab this since it's open. It's a random fluff. All right, this is 10 weight. So we got 50 weight, 40 weight. Let me put them a little closer together so you can really see it. See how much thinner that 50 weight is. All right. All right, and here's 10 weight. I thought 10 weight was thin. Nope. This stuff. 50 weight, one skein, a hank of that, a bunch of hanks of this. And then the 10 weight. No, the 10 weight is not up for grabs. But if you are interested in, again, I only have one of these 50 weights. This is DMC. There you go. This one also seems to be in Greek on the back. I'll hold it real still. But I'm pretty sure the other language is Italian, I think. Again, Greece and Italy are right next to each other. I mean, there's a body of water between them, but nonetheless. All right. So, again, Hadijah translated that for me. So, lace butterfly or butterfly lace. I've messed this hank up. I'll fix that. This hank stayed pretty good, but yeah, seriously, y'all, I thought 10 weight thread. I thought that was thin. Here's the other thing I need to add about her, besides the international. Well, I have two more things to add about her. Today, I'm going to be talking about my UK friends. And I call them friends, YouTube channels that I watch, YouTube channels that I'd like to see everybody get out there and support. She is in, I don't remember, Northamptonshire, I think. Or is it Shire? Northamptonshire? I don't know. Anyway, England. United Kingdom is easier because then I know I'm hitting it's like you don't tell a Welsh person they're from England because they're not. They're from the United Kingdom. They are not from England. Anyway, in case you weren't aware, there are several pieces. And then there's, of course, the Commonwealth, like Australia and Canada, but the Commonwealth is different. Anyway, the UK. I have these listed. Let me finish with Ladybird, though. Ladybird, she does her Etsy shop. She has amazing things. These stitch markers, she kind of can customize to you. Please consider if you have the ability. The thing is with the international is you might need to send she said, if your person is in South Africa, you might need to send the gift by the end of September, because apparently that's how long it takes for it to get delivered. So you can't even wait till October, which would be pretty standard. But there's one person that participates in South Africa, as far as I know. But please consider doing it if you like to do that. I'm obsessed with sending gifts, so I'm participating. I have a thing. I like to send people things. I do. It's just true. But please email Khadijah with lots of information about yourself and everything. It's going to be linked below. Additionally, she is doing subscriber squares. I don't have it anymore because she has it. It's 7 inches by 7 inches, DK weight or worsted weight. So weight, 3 weight or 4 weight yarn, 7 inches by 7 inches, about knitted, crocheted, whatever. I'm gonna sneeze. I don't have a cute little sneeze like Camille. Oh, maybe it went away. Her sneeze is the cutest. If you've ever heard Camille sneeze, it's achoo. Nope, not me. It went away. You were about to experience something. Sometimes it measures on the Richter scale. Just kidding. Well, sort of. So anyway, yeah, you can probably tell I'm feeling better. My back isn't bothering me as much. However, that's because of pain meds. Well, it's not pain meds. It's muscle relaxer. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. And I'm saying all this stuff. Subscriber squares. Knitted, crocheted, whatever, 7 inches. If you are going to send a square, I need to warn you that if you are not in the UK, it is, shipping is a little expensive. It's not completely outrageous, but do be prepared for that. It's the same price for the flat mailer, like if you're going to mail, if you were going to mail it in this, okay? So this is, if I was going to send another one, I might make her another one. She needs 6, but if you are going to mail her one, you need to email her first. In addition to being prepared, if you're outside of Europe's probably not as bad as from the US and Canada, and Australia, of course, is probably a lot, and South Africa is probably a lot to send to the UK. Anyway, it's 100 grams. If you're sending it in something like this, is up to 100 grams is the same price. So my little postal scale does grams, so I will do that if I manage. But I told her I have 3 projects I have to finish. I finished 1. I'm interrupting all of my shout outs about her with my stuff, but related to her subscriber scores. Okay, I'm still not showing you this. You know how I feel about this. The fact that I have so much left. It makes me angry. Anyway, the project doesn't. I'm not showing. Whoop. Hopefully that didn't give anything away. This is why it's not done. I can't film that yet. Got a few tails on it. It's not because of the pattern. It's because I had to crochet letters and stitch letters on, and one of the letters I legitimately might take. Yeah, I might take that letter off and move it. It's the only one of it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. 9 letters. One of the 9 is just, I misplaced it a little bit. If I move that letter, I will actually really love this. It looks, okay, it's not. Oh, if I say that, it's going to give it away in case that person watches. Anyway, so it's done. Again, it's done, but not done. I'm going to have to, I was going to try to send that out tomorrow, but it's not going to happen because I am going to go to Crochet Club tomorrow. Well, today, you're watching this on Saturday. I'm going to go to Crochet Club, and then I'm babysitting my grandkids tomorrow night because my son-in-law is taking my daughter out for her 30th birthday. Tomorrow is not her birthday. My family and my husband's family, all the women, they have birthday week or birthday month. It's all birthday all the time. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'm doing her birthday gift. We're doing pedicures, and her daughter, my little granddaughter, my little Disney princess granddaughter, wants to get a pedicure with her mommy. That's what. So, I'm I'm being the provider of that. That is the birthday gift. Anyway, but Lexi's bag, Helix Stitchcraft. Please go check her out. She's not an official shout out because she's not in the UK. But this bag was a great project bag for this hideous yarn, this abomination to yarn. Unnecessary abomination, but nonetheless. Anyway, I don't need to rant about that again. You all heard that. All right. So I'm not showing you the cow because I've been working on that today. Let's show you, like I said, I think there are 20 some of these. If you are interested in 40 weight white thread, crochet thread, please let me know in the comments and we might be able to work something out. I already asked Ladybird. She said, nope, it's too tiny for her. So, and I got some more yarn while I was there. So Kabuki. This is really nice yarn. I paid $6, so $2 a ball for this, which the label on it is Lee Ward's. When did Lee Ward's close? A very long time ago, and it said Lee Ward's $3.99. This is Bernat Kabuki, and it is 52% silk and 48% acrylic. It's a little redder than it's showing. Let's see if I can get it to show true to color. It's like a pinkish burgundy red color. I can't quite describe it. It's looking more of an orange tone on the screen. Sorry about that. It's very soft. It says 3.75 millimeter needles. It does not say the hook, so I'm going to assume. And it has that kind of price tag. This colorway is Ashes of Roses, which that is a very good description for this color. So if you can imagine what that color would look like, kind of a Victorian rose red pinkish color. Imported from Japan, printed in the USA. Bernat Yarn and Craft Company. But yeah, I would call that a DK. Maybe a 2, but what do you think? A 2 or 3? Maybe it's a 2. It says 3.75 millimeter. Hand wash in cool water, towel dry, and I am sure that is because of the silk. So 3 balls of that, $2 a ball. I felt like that was very reasonable for high quality yarn. It looks like some was used and then put back, so maybe these aren't full skeins. Oh, did it say yardage? 40 grams, 1.4 ounces. Yeah, I don't see any yardage, just grams, 40 grams. And there's little, like I said, little bits in there. And again, so much of her stuff was packaged like this. I'm going to try to package it nicely. That might have a home, not in my home, because I know somebody that would use it. Again, I'm very unlikely to do the hand wash only. Okay, we're going to show... Now, I wanted to find the hooks. Okay, so each of these hooks, I paid $1 each for these, except for the one that's clearly newer. That one was 75 cents. I'm actually going to put it in that other set. There's one that was in a package that I can't seem to find. And here are all the vintage magazines. She had more of these. She had more of these. We're not going to go through all of those today. I might make this a little bit of a series. Let's look at this one. This is July of 1954. And then you open it up and it says things to make, and it has crochet, knitting, tatting, and miscellaneous, and special articles and summer meals and all of that. This magazine was called The Work Basket. All right, so let's look at this crochet pattern. Now, I know some of you tat. That thread would be fantastic for tatting. Let's look at number 8. Big disadvantage to the old days is the older stuff. Yeah, this is so cute. I might have to make it. Like minimal ability to color. Right? So this is called a sunflower hot plate mat. And I think that's super cute, and I might have to make that. It's just so funny. Let's see what else. Let's look at Let's look at putting profit in your handwork. That's an article in here. Let's see what they said in 1954 about that. There are hundreds of women in the United States who could profit handsomely from their handiwork or their handwork hobby if they only knew how. The purpose of this article is to show them how. Okay. Okay, so 1954. I learned to make stocking loop pocketbooks from mill ends of hose, as in probably pantyhose, right? Is that what that is? As in what I think my children would call stockings now? Or tights? No, tights. Tights is what my kids would call them. But again, my oldest is turning 30. My interest in making things, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. These bags cost about 15 cents to make, and one may be completed in an evening. They are made from 7 hand-loomed squares crocheted together in such a way as to make a stunning washable bag. We've seen this style pattern, right? And I sold them at a Junior League Women's Exchange in Birmingham, Alabama, my home city, for $1 a piece. So her investment was 15 cents, or her materials. She said one evening, I don't know how many hours that is, hour, 2 hours, I'm not sure. And I'm going to call her profit 85 cents. I'm just subtracting the 15 cents, but obviously that doesn't count for her time at all. But I mean, I suppose $1 in 1954 was worth a decent amount, right? And even 85 cents profit. Ooh, I wonder what the minimum wage was in 1954. Now for women, I bet it was less. This magazine was 15 cents, to put that in perspective. All right, so yeah, I just and then the ads. We'll go through. I decided, okay, swanky dishcloth is this one. Here's the crochet. Look at this. This has Linda and Chuck written all over it. So pretty. Anyway, it's labeled as a dishcloth. That seems like a lot of work for a dishcloth. 200 yards of knitting and crochet yarn. Use a size 8 steel crochet hook. It measures 12.5 by 13.75 inches. It just says 200 yards of yarn. That looks tiny though. A size 8 crochet hook. Well, let's find out if I have an 8. Because I know this is part of why you came in here. Okay. There's a size 7. I'll hold that up. You can see that. Is that upside down? Yes. This is Susan Bates. It's a Susan Bates 7. I don't remember how many millimeters that is, but trying to get that. Can you kind of see that's embossed? This one's definitely old and used. This one's, is that an 8? No, what is this one? This was the one. Yeah, this is an 8. Okay, I want you to see. Can you even see that hook? Do you see how tiny that is? There. Get it just right. Now this does not have a brand on it. This doesn't say where it was made. Just has the number 8. I think it was well used and worn off because it feels like something was there. This one, I just really like Susan Bates, and I wanted a good 6. Susan Bates. This is a J hook. I know that's 6 millimeters, so that one was only 75 cents. It's still made in the USA. So not only did my camera just cut me off, this is the second time I'm recording this second part. I'm going to make this super fast. Here's the hooks. The vintage hooks. Again, no barcode on that, 59 cents. What I find interesting is it says C.J. Bates and Son. So did Susan take over the family business? Is that what happened? I want to know. If any of you know the history, I want to know. This is an 11 hook made in the USA. Some of these say made in the USA. Some are boy hooks. I've got, here's a 10. Here's a 10, but it has, I like it because it has a little cover to protect that tip. These are obviously steel, right? Because they're older, and believe me, they smell like it. This is a boy 10 made in the USA. This is a boy 0. You can see the 0 is bigger than the 10, sort of like the threads, right? And this is a 6 Susan Bates. Here's a 14 Susan Bates. Look at that. Can you even see that tip? Look at that. Look at that. That's a 14. tiny. A 7 Susan Bates, made in the USA, embossed. These are all pretty old. This is a 1 Susan Bates. So again, I would definitely be able to use that hook well with one of my little foam. Not this one because that's too fat, but my foam grippers just to make it a little more tolerable. And this is a 5 Susan Bates. And here is one that the brand is worn off. This was clearly well used. This is an 8 hook. Can you see that? The other side, you can't tell what it is. And at this size, I don't know that there's much difference between a boy and a Susan Bates when they're this tiny. Anyway, I'm going to show you 2 more things. This is a crochet pattern. This is that same magazine except 1966, and the price has gone up more than a decade later, and it's 25 cents. This pattern is in there. It's pansies, and this is a goal. I love this if I can figure out how to do a join as you go, because if I have to sew them together later, yeah, that might not happen. And then this whole book, I'm going to talk about this whole book separate. Crochet lacy doll dresses. But what's crazy, I couldn't find a year, but the author, the person who wrote these patterns, where is it? Put a personal note to the person that purchased this, because she, according to the note, they met. I love treasures like that. We're gonna talk more about that one at another time. But I've already blabbed on. Okay, I'm gonna do one more creator. Back to Ladybird, Khadijah, Lisa. If you want to participate in Secret Santa internationally, please, please, please contact her ASAP. And I would love for you to do it. You know I'm participating. I'm excited about it. I've never done anything like that internationally. I didn't even have one of the international pen pals that I had several friends that did, because that was the thing back when I was younger. International pen pals. I think even Linda Sexida said something about having a pen pal, but not in the U.S., but not in Norway either. So anyway, oh, my other shout out. I know about this lady because of Ladybird Loves. She introduced me to Bella Uncinero. I have to say it like that because that's how Ladybird says it. So check out Bella and her lovely channel, and you will like her a lot. She's very chill. The commonality, UK, they're in the United Kingdom. Tomorrow I'll do Sunday shout outs because I blabbed on about these vintage things a little too much. So yeah, Bella Uncinero, linked below. Ladybird Khadijah. Subscriber squares. If you're going to do that, you have to email her first. Talk to her first. She needs 6, but talk to her first before you send anything, because postage is expensive. That video will be linked below, but the Secret Santa is the priority right now at this very moment, but squares are a priority too. And Bella's channel will be linked below. As always,